Lucas Nation fans and K.L.P Worldwide fans, welcome back to The Late Show with your host K.L.P. Thank you. So, hopefully you guys are having a fantastic weekend, and I truly hope that your Christmas was grand. I know mine was very grand, and I really did enjoy our Christmas break. Christmas time with the Mafia. You guys know I call my clique the Mafia. Actually, shout out to Joy for getting me this shirt. It says Good Vibes with Mr. Rogers on it. It was really nice. And all my other friends gave me some really good gifts for Christmas. I know my friend David gave me a salt shaker. Mutzi and Sadiq, they kind of came together and got me some kitchen stuff for the kitchen in my house. So I really do appreciate them for that. For sure, and hopefully you guys' Christmas was just as special as it was for me. I really did enjoy this time of year, and really celebrating Christmas the way I want to, and it's just really exciting, and I am so stoked and so glad to be again back after Christmas break, well rested, and here in front of the camera on the studio, on the stage for you guys. So I am just ready to be back, and we have a whole bunch of good announcements that was announced a couple of days ago. Before we get on to the fun stuff, you guys know I like to talk about certain topics on the show, but I like to talk about K.L.P Entertainment's updates first, because you guys know how we do it on the channel. Of course, K.L.P Entertainment has been booming this year, and this year has been a really good year for K.L.P Entertainment as a whole. Now we look forward to the year of 2019. Thank you. So 2019 will be that spectacular year, not only because K.L.P Entertainment is coming out with some new videos for 2019. Of course, I've got a movie that's coming out in January. We all know about it. First Horizon will officially be announced, and well, it's already been announced. It's going to be released January 25th, 2019. So that's the first film of mine starting the year outright for 2019. We're coming back with that again. We're also doing a 2-hour feature movie that's coming out later that summer of the same year. And of course, something has been building up. We're still building it right now. But of course, the new second channel owned by K.L.P Entertainment, Sports Motion Network, will be released. Thank you. So, Sports Motion Network, let me just give you a brief description of what it is first. A lot of people was asking me, what is this you're doing? What is this next step you're taking? Of course, K.L.P Entertainment is ready to take that next step. And of course, this will be our second channel owned by K.L.P Entertainment. Of course, K.L.P Entertainment has their main channel, and now we're going to have a second channel of Sports Motion Network. Of course, what that is a channel to feature talk shows like this. Of course, we've got 3 talk shows in the work. Of course, you got your Top Plays show that's going to be in the works. Of course, Sports Motion is another show where I sit in the studio and talk about a certain topic of sports. And of course, it's In the Motion podcast will be the third show. Of course, that's more of a radio podcast feel to kind of talk about sports or the top sport plays for the month. Of course, sports has been something that I've been interested in. You guys know how I do it. Not only that I dabble into sports production, of course, I have to shout out GDN, Grizzlies Digital Network, because that's where I really started to produce and to make content for sports. For our college team and for our college sports, we only did it. That's only catered to that. So I decided to kind of make my own little network from here at K.L.P Entertainment. And as we develop our own little network, we're talking about teams and sports not only than just soccer or softball or tennis. We're talking about wrestling, we're talking about volleyball, we're talking about surfing, we're talking about snowboarding, we're talking about so many other sports that I want to kind of recognize out there in the field. Of course, I want to channel it towards sports that's not really been talked about that much. Of course, softball is not really talked about that much. Women's basketball has not been talked about that much. Volleyball hasn't been a subject of conversation in most channels out here on YouTube. So I want to build that. I want to start expanding and talking more about that kind of topic. Of course, women's Major League Soccer, which we're all focused on the Major League Soccer right now, especially here in Atlanta. We're focused on the Atlanta United team winning the World Cup. But what about our women's soccer team? You know, I'm a bit of a feminist. Everyone knows about it. Everyone knows that I like my female lead in businesses and women CEOs and now women's sports. So I want to take that step, and I'm going to channel that towards this channel. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see the development of Sports Motion's network. I hope all my fans really like it, and I hope it's not a gravitate towards only that new channel. I still want people to be on our main channel at K.L.P Entertainment, but I also want to expand more out and just have more in my portfolio. And I want to start something really new. So hopefully you guys are ready for it, because we're kicking it off in 2019. It's been, you know, a really good year, 2018, and now 2019 will be even better, even stronger. So I cannot wait for the development of K.L.P Entertainment and Sports Motions Network. So we're gonna go on to our fun stuff, y'all. Of course, we've got news that you know where we get our technology news, and we're gonna talk about technology. We're gonna talk about movies and TV shows, and I'm going to do a little show review from Netflix in later on in today's show. But I want to talk about Samsung real quick. Samsung is trying to develop better. Samsung's getting really good with their technology. Most people don't know this, but Samsung hasn't, back in the past, Samsung hasn't been that great in comparison to the Apple products. But Samsung TVs now, they're making the new Samsung TVs for 2019 to be compatible for computer and monetizing for computers. And what I mean by that is they're trying to make their Samsung TVs available for keyboard and a mouse. So I don't know how they're going to do this, really. Honestly, I really like it to have, I really like TVs to keep their own kind of thing. TVs now, they're getting more smarter. They're having smarter capability. For example, I have a Sharp TV in my house. It's a Roku TV, and it's a smart TV, so I can get to Netflix, Hulu, and all these other apps on the TV online using their online server. So that's what Samsung's kind of doing. They're inputting the smart TV so that way it can turn into a computer desktop. It's actually kind of a smart idea. I don't know how people are going to utilize that much, but people are buying this technology just to experiment. And the way the Samsung TVs are, they're making it, of course, you got your smart TVs, and then they're going to input a mouse and a keyboard, kind of like a USB. You just plug it up to the TV and then it works. So it's really cool. If it really kicks off really well, then it's going to knock off the idea of having a desktop, or the idea of having the Mac iOS system, or the idea of building your own computer PC. So it's gonna it's not gonna replace that, because people are still gonna buy PCs. People are still gonna buy personal computer ports to it. The way I do it here at K.L.P Entertainment, in all the offices, especially my office, we have it where my phones act as a computer. So my phone's going to act as a computer for my screen when I do editing and YouTube watching and scouting for Sports Motion Network. So that's how the way I do it. And then I do have a back server for K.L.P Entertainment where I keep all the other files, my old videos, my old clips, my old movies. I kind of keep them locked up in a server on my personal server, so that's why I keep it there. So it's not going to really replace technology here at K.L.P Entertainment, but again, it might be cool. I'm waiting to see how they're going to do that. I'm waiting to see what else they're going to do for that certain topic. I don't know, will that replace the whole idea of having a PC or a computer setup? I don't think it will. It's just another niche that is going to add to it. So I'm waiting to see what they do with that, of course. So speaking of smart TVs, we're going to go ahead and talk about the Netflix review, part of and sponsored by the Lucas Review, which Lucas Review will be coming out very soon. We're going to be talking about the hit movie Vice. But on today's show, we're going to talk about a hit show from Netflix. God, I love this show. I am advocating for this show because I like shows like this. Now, you guys know, I like to watch my shows, my shows with people who's trying to succeed and try to become rich. So you got Empire, that's one of my favorites. You got Star, you got Ballers, you got Power, and now this new show that I like on Netflix is called Dynasty. Thank you. So this hit show Dynasty, guys, it is on Netflix right now. If you have a Netflix account, please binge watch this show before work really kicks back in for you guys, because this is the show that I would recommend you guys watching. The show, let me tell you, this show is just so amazing, y'all. I really do enjoy it. Let me give you a brief description about the show. So you got the family of the Carringtons. You got Blake Carrington is the father and CEO and president of the Carrington Atlantic company in the show. Of course, he has two kids, Stephen and Fallon. Of course, those are the two kids that are kind of born into the rich mentality. They're born into the company. They're kind of born into it. Of course, he gets married to a woman named I forgot the mom's name, but the mom, of course, leaves him. She becomes broken. Then Blake Carrington marries Natalie Kelly's character, Christine Carrington. They get married. Of course, she's married into it. She becomes CEO of the company, and then a whole bunch of drama comes out. And then you find out that Stephen, the son of Blake Carrington, he's gay. Fallon, she loves her chocolate. I'm gonna say that she loves her chocolate. So Michael is another guy. Michael is the driver for the Carringtons. He's the chauffeur driver for the family. And of course, Fallon has a little love relationship with Michael. Of course, now she goes back and she has a love relationship with another guy called Jeff Copley. He is another rich guy that's in the show. So she loves, and they're both black. Michael and Jeff, they're both black, and Fallon's white. So it's just really cool. The international relationship. You guys know how I feel about it. I love it. I really do love it. So it's a good show. Of course, my favorite, Monica, that's Jeff's, I believe Jeff's sister. Monica, she's my favorite. She's so cute. She's fine. And then it's just a whole bunch of, you know, just a drama show. Of course, things pop off. You got people dying. You got people want to attack the family for money because they're rich. They make multi-millionaire money for the company, so they're kind of rich. And of course, Fallon and Jeff forms a company called Morel Corp. I think that's the name of their company they do. So they make the whole nother company. It falls off, and then they tend to love each other, and they thought they were going to get married. But it turns out they're not going to get married because Fallon married some stranger just to get out of the marriage that she was going to get in with Jeff, because Jeff played her. So as you guys see, there's a whole bunch of drama kind of plot twists to the series. Of course, I just finished the last episode where they were at I think it was a party at their house, and someone burned the house down. And then you got one of the guys that worked for Carrington Atlantic. He dies, and then the wife, she's crazy. She's nuts. She loses her mind because, you know, the company killed her husband, and she's pregnant, so it's just like it's not a good sign for her. So she goes crazy because she wants revenge for Blake Carrington. Of course, the way that Jeff Copley and Monica, they kind of come to the story because their father was in prison, because the father, Jeff Copley's father, was in prison because he thought that Blake Carrington was sleeping with his wife, and he did some dangerous stuff. Blake ended up putting Jeff Copley's father in jail, in prison, and now the guy that comes out of jail, he's on house arrest. He wants revenge over Blake Carrington. So as you guys hear, there's a whole bunch of other more plot twists in the show. I really do enjoy it. This is one of those shows that I would really recommend you guys watching it. I didn't want to spoil it too much for you guys on today's show, but I would really recommend it for you guys for sure, because it's one of those shows that it's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna really blow your mind, and I really do enjoy good shows like that on Netflix. If you're watching this somehow, you're kicking ass with these little original shows, and I really do like it. Hopefully you keep up with it. I hope Dynasty comes back with their new season for Netflix very soon, because I'm waiting to hear what's next for the next season. Please go watch it right now, because I really do enjoy it for sure. For you guys again. So the last thing we're going to talk about on today's show tonight's show here. I really wanted to talk about the hit game Fortnite. I know a lot of people's been harping on Fortnite for this last couple of weeks. I've seen it in all other YouTube channels and all over talk shows on YouTube that a lot of people talking about Fortnite and they're getting sued. Of course, Carlton from that's not his name. I forgot his real name, but I think it's like Alfonso something. Alfonso, I forgot his last name, but he's suing Fortnite because of the Carlton dance that they implemented in the game Fortnite. So I get it. I get why he's suing, because that was his dance. That's something he made up for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So it's interesting to see how this lawsuit is gonna go forward for him. Fortnite will probably, not to say that he'll take hush money, but I feel like they're gonna hush him up a little bit, because I just read this morning that, you know, Fortnite ranked up $3 billion this year in revenue sales for the game. So, which I think that might be, what I read might be a little twist, because, you know, $3 billion. I'm not too sure on that number, but it's been said on articles that they raised up to $3 billion for revenue. A lot of people are still playing it. Fortnite is it's a good game. I play it. It's really good. I'm just really interested to see how the lawsuits are going to, because not only that Alfonso, he's suing this, a lot of other people and other companies are suing Fortnite right now for ridiculous accusations of the game, and it ended up being lawsuits for them. So I really do hope they tough that out. I mean, I just think it's a little bit unfair that you have creators out there. You know, you had some really good creators building this game, and, you know, billions of people in America love this game. You know, a lot of people love this game. And to see that this game's getting sued multiple times for, you know, just some crazy stuff, it's just like, well, come on. Like, can we not make our money, is what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people, and this happens in the world, and this is sad, a lot of people don't want to see people succeed. That's just the truth, Lucas Nation, K.L.P Worldwide. A lot of people do not want to see people succeed. I give you guys an example. You know, I had people to tell me that I couldn't do something, or a lot of people cause accusations on me. A lot of people don't want to see me succeed. So it makes me sad when I see companies like Epic Games that's making Fortnite, or made Fortnite, and they're getting sued because they're so successful. So I don't really think that people shouldn't sue the game so harshly, because these are creative people. They didn't steal it for anybody. They didn't steal their mechanics from really anybody. I mean, yes, it gets compared to PUBG, but I mean, Fortnite has its own design, its own kind of thing. So it's sad to hear that, you know, companies out there, they're suing Fortnite right now. You know, the CEO of Epic Games is going through it. He has to answer to a lot of these questions. And he's laying people off, and people are not getting paid because of the lawsuits. So, again, I really do hope they don't harp on Fortnite. Fortnite's going to be around for a long time, and they're going to make Fortnite 2 or Fortnite VR. Like, they're going to make all these other things. They're going to get more creative with it. So, I just wish people would get to the program. It's sad to see that a lot of people, you know, are suing them right now for it, and it just makes me sad. But I'm pretty sure that Epic Games and Fortnite, they're going to tough it through it. And I just truly hope that they really get through it. So that's going to wrap up the late show with K.L.P. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's show. Of course, stay tuned for K.L.P Entertainment, as we have some exclusive videos. I also going to be doing a kitchen tour for my K.L.P Penthouse kitchen. We're going to be doing a kitchen tour very, very soon. We just finished up the design for the kitchen, so a lot of people ask me, you know, how do I cook? Like, where do I cook? Where, you know, show off your kitchen. So I wanted to do something very special for the Lucas Nation and K.L.P Worldwide fans. So I'm going to be doing a kitchen tour very, very soon for the channel. So hopefully you guys are ready for it. Hopefully you guys are ready for it this week. Of course, this week is coming up for New Year's. So 2019 is right around the corner. And please comment below, what is your New Year's resolution? What do you want to change for 2019? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to all of our social media accounts in the link descriptions below. And of course, here it is. right here, around this area right here, at the end of today's show is going to be displayed our featured YouTube channel superstar that's on YouTube right now. Whoever he or she is going to be featured on the channel. And of course, an exclusive playlist is going to be right here as well, right after the show. So stay tuned for the Host Stream Studios' logo display in the video, and then you get to see the two features that's going to be featured on today's channel. This has been The Late Show with K.L.P. I'm Kennedy Lucas, K.L.P. Stay swanky.